Hello to you all from the north.
Oh dear.
Lord, for guys,
I'm sorry, Archie. I didn't see that
sitting
one.
down, and it was just there.
Sorry.
I know.
So thanks. I mean,
Sorry.
you know.
Come here. I know he's escaped that one. That's terrible.
Mark
Sorry.
Kermode is here, and well, how are you?
I'm all right. Is he going to be doing this all night?
Well, I don't know. You know, he's like I trusted him with a bumper bag of gaps, and he's lost them. I remember the last time when we had to change the time check.
Yeah, the pips.
We had the pips in a bag,
You
didn't
went
we?
missing.
Copy.
I left him in the pub.
You did. Property of the Greenwich Time Company. 6 pips.
The
Do
worst thing
not
is,
lose.
The worst thing is, I don't know how many gaps were in the bag.
Yeah.
So I don't know
The
what.
thing is, I mean,
that could be it now.
I don't mind, but it just makes me look bad.
Well, I know.
because when you hear it, when it goes out, it just sounds like I just didn't come in.
Well, that's right. That's what it does sound like, doesn't it?
I'm sorry.
Pips are back.
Flipping out,
No
that's
good getting
all right.
those out. That'll do you no good at all. Anyway, right, Mark Kermode is here to do Cult Film Corner, but
Yes.
what's new out this week?
Oh, First Knight. You must have seen the huge, enormous posters the size of small houses stuck up all over the place. First Knight. Here is the story. Okay, it's an Arthurian legend, and it's directed by Jerry Zucker, who's the person who directed Ghost, but he's also the person who directed Airplane.
Right.
And it's basically Sean Connery is King Arthur, Julia Ormond is Queen Guinevere, and best of all, Richard Gere is Sir Lancelot.
Makes sense.
It's majorly historically accurate. It's the most incredible hodgepodge of accents you've ever seen, because it's like Jerry Zucker just kind of decided, there's no point in doing this in kind of, proper. There's no point in paying attention to period detail. Just let Sean Connery be Sean Connery. Just let Julia Ormond speak like somebody who kind of grew up in the home counties. And let's just have Richard Gere playing the same role that he plays in An Officer and a Gentleman. So he speaks with this incredible Los Angeles accent, and he sort of swanks around like some incredibly sort of, trendy LA kind of dude. Only he's got a sword and some chainmail, and he says things like, Queen Guinevere, I shall slice open anyone who says that I shall not have your heart. Now, how about a bit of that then?
Right.
It's
Didn't it have it had its premiere at some like small cinema in Wales, didn't it?
Yes, absolutely. Well, this has now become the thing. You don't have your premieres anymore in London. It's been officially decided that premieres in London are not hip.
Right.
So Batman, for example, Batman Forever, the new Batman movie, which I have to tell you is absolutely fab, is being premiered in Leicester next week.
Ooh,
and
right.
When they finally open Braveheart, they're going to open that in Glasgow or Edinburgh. And of course, when they opened Rob Roy, they opened it in Glasgow and Edinburgh. Well, that was actually slightly more devious, because I think what they thought there was, let's open it in Scotland and make a really big deal, so that actually people are so kind of overwhelmed by the fact that we've had this nice movie, and they won't all notice that in fact it's got really stupid Scottish accents in it, because they wanted the Scottish press to be nice about it first. So then the Brits felt they couldn't knock it.
So is it any good first? I mean, apart from
No,
Richard
it's
Gere
rubbish,
being...
but it's absolute tosh, but it's very enjoyable. I mean, it is a hoot. It has got loads of sort of, strumping sword action, and it has got Sean Connery, talking the most Sean Connery has ever been. And I just love Richard Gere, actually. I just think Richard Gere is just always watchable. It's absolute toilet from beginning to end. It's nonsense, and it's one of those things that will go down in the Golden Turkey great clunkers, but it'll take money and it's fun.
Right, okay. Is that it? Anything else?
There's also this thing called Cobb, which is Tommy Lee Jones, which is...
Cod?
Cobb.
Oh, God. I said cod. Battered. Balls. Arse.
We've seen the same film.
We spent too long with him anyway.
I know. And it's a story of this baseball player called Tyrus Cobb, who's basically like, what's the name of that really? Is it Vinnie Jones, the football player, who's apparently sort of, the hard man?
Yes.
Well, Tyrus Cobb was the hard man of baseball, and
Right.
it's played by Tommy Lee Jones, and it's kind of very well acted, and it's a character piece, and it's very dark, and it's very moody, and it's very aggressive, and I thought it was pretty dull, actually.
Right.
Because over here, we don't know anything about this guy, Cobb, and you just think, he's an arrogant, nasty, racist, sexist, fat, ugly git. Why are we interested in him?
Right, yeah.
I'm not going to pick that up.
Okay, no, it's just the look on his face. But fine. Okay then, right, that's what's out this week from Mark Kermode. We'll find out what... Now, Lard,
What?
I mean, all these gaps
Yeah.
that you've lost out of you've ruined the first half of the show. I mean,
I've
it's
ruined the first half of the show.
It's dead slick normally, isn't it? Of
course it is.
There's no gaps or anything.
No gaps.
You've ruined it. So, have you got them all together now?
I've got them all now. I've just been round the room. I've got them all up, and they've all in that bag down there. It's bulging, so we're all right.
So you've got them all back together?
Yeah.
So the rest of the
No
show is going to
worries.
be seamless, is it?
Sorted.
Right, okay then.
Sorry.
This is Elvis. But now we've got another tribute to Elvis, don't we, Boy Lard?
Yeah.
Would you like to introduce this?
Yeah.
In any way, shape, or form?
What it was, we knew that you were doing that. This is Elvis Tonight. And Cyril Dorricott is a big Elvis fan. He's got, you know, it sounds square, but he's got like a rhinestone suit and a quiff and everything. And so we sent him out to trawl through the archives and that. And basically, he's looking at Elvis Tonight. It should be good.
Right. Okay. So that was the year that wasn't the pathological news. Here's Cyril Dorricott.
The great Elvis Presley, who the world knows was the world's most famous fat bastard, king of rock and roll. And hear this. There's no need to dwell on the fact that he started off as a sex god and ended up as a fat bastard. Luckily, love loomed large for the fat bastard man he called Elvis as he met Priscilla Presley, who was a perfect match. Why, she even had the same surname. Spooky. Contrary to rumors, she did love and respect him, and she didn't mind him being away from home so much on tour. And when Elvis was about, he loved his little wifey quite a lot. He was a one-woman man, and they did enjoy a healthy sex life, though Priscilla did at times think he was a little too close to his mother.
Oh, you fat bastard. Oh, Elvis. Will you shift your mother?
Mother, shift over your side of the bed, will you?
Shut it, you fat bastard.
At alas, in 1977, the bubble burst. And so did his gut. One fateful night in September, after a particularly heavy concrete and chive sandwich, Elvis fell off the bog. And sadly, the world lost its most famous fat bar superstar. Still to this day, his last words echo hauntedly around the ether of the grieving world. Priscilla, where you put the f***ing bog roll? That's all for now.
Right, this is Radio 1, live from Manchester. Mark Kermode is here, the Boy Lard is here. In fact, Boy Lard, Zoe from somewhere in deepest East Sussex has said, could you say hello to Lard if he's actually there? My little brother does more than him and farts better too.
Well, get him down here and we'll have a competition.
Actually, it's a sad small...
How old is he anyway? Get to bed!
Zoe in deepest East Sussex has sent in some sad small lads here. One, the Thai Exchange Club, which leaves me completely baffled, even having read it 4 times. But this is a great advert.
Is this the woman who just slagging me off?
Yeah.
Go on then.
No, but it is a good advert, Mark. She didn't write this advert.
Right, okay.
Vinegar can be used for what? If you're like me, you will be amazed at the multitude of uses for vinegar. This common household product is packed with goodness. In a new book, The Vinegar Book, the author discusses the many uses of different varieties of vinegar in relation to household chores. This is a serious book, The Vinegar Book. And these are some of the things that, kill infections, soothe coughs and everything, reduce the itch of welts and hives.
That's not funny.
Which is like what you need all the time. Banish dandruff.
No.
Maybe, but your head stinks like a chippy. Used as a disinfectant. Some hospitals do it. Well, not round our way, they don't.
That's not funny.
And dissolve chewing gum. So these are all vital things. But the other thing about the Vinegar Book is it gives a 24-hour hotline. 24-hour order hotline. So like you're going to wake up at 3 in the morning and think, I've got to order this before the morning.
No, worth the price of a stamp, that.
The Vinegar Book. You're in a minority of one, Lard, because we all found it very funny.
I don't think so.
While we're on the subject of mail to you, can I just say something before I forget? Okay. Yesterday, is this all right?
Fine.
You got a minute. Yesterday, when we finished this you've got you've got something better to do. Yesterday, when we finished this thing, I was outside putting some stuff in the boot of the car, and this very nice young woman came up to me and said, "Can you say hello to Mark Radcliffe?" And I said, "Yeah, absolutely." And she said, and she told me what her name was, and I wrote it down on the back of my hand. And then, because I threw a dynamo on the way home, and I had to put my hand in the engine and I had to wipe it off with Swarfiga, and I completely lost whatever so there's somebody in Southampton who was very nice, who thinks you're wonderful, and I promised I'd say hello, and I've completely Swarfiga'd off the name off the back of my hand, and I'm really sorry, and I'm sure she's listening, so take it as read.
That is just pathetic.
Nearly as bad as that last letter.
Just because I nearly copped off and you didn't, you just rubbed it off the back of your hand and you have to go through that whole elaborate excuse.
So embarrassing, but it's absolutely true. And write in and tell me what your name is, and I'll say hello to you from there, and I'm really sorry. It's shameful to have done that.
In fact, in Southampton, cut out the middleman. Just write to me.
Yes, absolutely.
That'd be fine. Anyway,
and it's not my fault.
Okay.
Have you noticed all the gaps? I've got all the gaps back.
Good.
Yeah, they're all sorted now, so that's good. Just in case you were worried.
I'm not worried.
Right, okay. There might be one.
Right.
But I just thought I'd let you know.
Okay, then. Mark Kermode is here with competition time.
Yes, and now what we're going to do is last week's winners first.
Yeah, go on then.
That makes sense. Okay, so last week this was Monkey Boy.
Right.
Yes. Happy birthday, incidentally.
Thank you very much.
And the question was, in order to win copies of Rebel Without a Cause, there's a bit in Rebel Without a Cause in which James Dean does a Mr. Magoo impersonation, which he was almost not allowed to do because one of the people from the studios came down and said, you've got to do Donald Duck, I think it was.
Right.
The question was, which member of the cast of Rebel Without a Cause actually did do the voice of Mr. Magoo in real life?
Right.
And the answer was?
The chicken on a tin.
Mr. Magoo.
It says in the Elvis reader, in the introduction, Mojo Nixon says, it's okay to make fun of Elvis. That's what makes him great. He's the American Zen Riddle because he could be very cool and very schlocky. So I'm rising above all of this.
What? No, that's fine. I never mentioned Elvis. I was talking about a chicken on a tin.
Tetchy, isn't it?
Flipping heck.
Tetchy, tonight.
Good. So 3 winners straight out of the bulging sack.
What was the answer, though?
Oh, sorry. It was Jim Backus who plays. Shut up. Who plays Jim's dad? It was Jim Backus who plays Jim's dad, and he really was the voice of Mr. Magoo. So,
okay.
3 winners. Pam Cheel from London, who'd love to win a copy of it. Oh, you're not going to believe this. Tony Boyle, who says, many happy chicken runs.
Nice one, our kid.
Thank you very much. And Nigel Spowage from South Humberside, who doesn't mention chickens at all.
Right.
So well done.
There you go. And we'll set the Elvis competition a little bit later on. As soon as we mentioned birthdays, you've got a birthday card that you wanted to read there, haven't you, boy lad?
Yeah, from Caroline and Vicky from Bury. And thank you very much. Sent 2 presents in. That Shaw's there, which is basically a turtle straw. And my name, which I'm going to open during the next song, but they say, very happy 21st birthday to you and 17th to me. So that's very nice of them, really, isn't it? Thank you very much.
It is. All right, this is a new single from Duffy, Sugar High. Now, there's something you wanted to say. You had a warning.
I don't want to sort of throw you anything. The show's been good and all that, but there's definitely one gap missing. I've just checked him again in the bag. There's one missing. I don't know where it's going to turn up, obviously. Might not turn up. Might turn up next week.
Yeah.
I don't want to make you edgy and all that, but I just warn you, there's one still out there.
Okay, fair enough.
Just to let you know.
Keep our eyes peeled. Anyway, right, competition time with Mark Kermode, and we've got films to give away.
Should we sing that
That's
together?
a good jingle.
Should we do that? And we go, films to give away. Yeah.
Good jingle.
Okay, today's question has a nice theme to it, which is that after Elvis was supposed to have died, and Galbraith Giorgio said that he ended up living in Kalamazoo, and he was cited by people in Kalamazoo. And there was just this lovely thing which I came across. This woman, Louise Welling, who said that she'd seen him in the grocery store in Kalamazoo. She said, I was at the checkout picking up groceries. I looked up and there he was, Elvis. I couldn't believe it. The point was, he was obviously living there in order to escape from all the publicity. He was holding a motorcycle helmet and dressed in an all-white jumpsuit. It wasn't fancy or anything, just a white jumpsuit. He'd lost weight, he was shorter, and he didn't have sideburns. So, not
Big red
Elvis
beard.
then. Okay, but here's the thing. While Elvis was alive, he used to check into... I don't believe I just said while Elvis was
very
alive.
nice, yeah.
I'm slipping, aren't I?
Yep.
Elvis checks into hotel rooms under a pseudonym. The pseudonym that Elvis used to check into hotel rooms was pretty much the same all the way through his career. What pseudonym did Elvis use
Boy
to
Lard.
check into... You're going to start talking about chickens.
You are self-obsessed, you are.
Yeah.
You are.
What?
Relentless egomaniac.
No, carry on.
Boy Lard.
Boy Lard, who's that?
Elvis, you delusions of adequacy, our kid.
Steady.
Okay, so that's it. So it's an Elvis fans only question. What was the pseudonym that he used to check in? Everybody knows this. I mean, Bono uses it to check into hotel rooms, and David
Boy
Bowie
Lard.
uses it to check into hotel rooms.
Right.
And, So
Okay.
send your entries on a postcard to...
Boy Lard.
Boy Lard, dancing chicken on a hot tin biscuit or something, competition. Hot biscuit tin, even.
tin
BBC Radio 1 FM, Oxford Road, Manchester M61 SJ. Okay. Dancing cat on a hot biscuit tin competition.
Boy Lard.
Or Albert Goldman's a git.
Right, okay. Well, just put whatever you like. BBC Radio 1 FM, Oxford Road, Manchester M61 SJ. Okay, right, that'll do, won't it?
Boy Lard.
Now, what about that gap? Has it turned up yet?
No, I don't want to worry you further, but there might be 2 gaps missing.
Joking.
I think it might be 2, actually.
Heck, I was hoping for a seamless last half hour as well.
No chance.
Not
But
funny.
if he's doing chickens,
Yeah, but it's
not funny. It's not funny. The chicken
I take this stuff really seriously. It's very easy to laugh. It's very easy to laugh.
Chicken had sore feet.
Hey, shut up.
Sorry,
Mind
Arkin.
about that. It's professional
Just discussing-
broadcasting.
He started it.
We're
because
just
he
discussing
weren't
chickens.
talking-
We
You
started
started it.
For goodness sake, right, I'll turn them off a bit. That was Dick Dale, as Dalton's goes Miser Lou, which is reacquainted. Everybody's claims to be a Dick Dale fan now since Pulp Fiction. And anyway, it'll be live in session on this programme on Monday night. And before that, it was the Reverend Horton Heat with Cruising for a Bruising from the Sub Pop album of last year, Liquor in the Front. Get it?
No.
Right, okay, that's more or less it for this week. On next week's programme, Monday, we'll have Dick Dale live in session and poetry from Ian McMillan. On Tuesday, it will be John Hegley and Andrew Collins. On Wednesday, we'll have more ambient gubbins performed live. The whole last half hour of the programme will be performed live by the Orb next Wednesday. And also we'll have Sean Locke with us. And on Thursday, it will be Will Self with doing some of his cult books and all that kind of stuff. So thanks for listening. What are you on about, you two? Have you not finished? Have you not sorted this yet?
It's just something. It's about a chicken.
No, but you said you wouldn't say...
I'm a vegetarian!
No!
It's just annoying me, this.
Fine, that's it! That's what I'm making point.
It was a chicken!
I come 200 miles to do this,
yeah?
sod you, because I quit!
There's out of the gap.
Popsicle, and that's their current single, Histrionics. Thanks for listening this week, and we'll see you next. Stand by for Claire Sturgis.
Mark Radcliffe, missing you already.
Oh, flippin' heck, Lard. Just found another one of your gaps.